So this is from my podcast, Right Man, Wrong Place. It's a podcast that I host with my friend Jake, aka the Fancy Frog. Link in the description for his channel. And this podcast was great to work on, and I would love to continue doing it. So please check out the full podcast. Link in the description. This channel, Jarvie Rocks, will be the home of Right Man, Wrong Place, and I would love to continue making more episodes. So, enjoy. Dead Space. I've been playing Dead Space recently because of the supposed rumors of a remake, and also I got a PS3 recently, so I'm gonna buy Dead Space and play it on there. And
Really? Is it only for, it's only for 360 and PlayStation 3, right?
it's also on PC.
Oh, is it?
But
I
the
didn't even
PC
know that.
version, there's oh my gosh, like playing it, you have to do so much tinkering for it to play properly that I'm like, I don't want to deal with this headache. So, because it's like it's just not been updated properly for newer software.
When did the first one come out?
It's like early 2000s, like
Yeah, it had to been at least late 2000s.
it's like 2007, 8 maybe,
Okay, so the first one came out in October 14th, 2008.
2008. Yeah, so that was a while ago. While
Yeah,
ago.
it was 13 years.
Mm-hmm. And it's still amazing. I keep on saying this for games, and I now fully understand what I mean. I said this for like Resident Evil 4 and Village, and I don't know why I said this because I don't really agree anymore. But Dead Space really does know how to mix horror and action. Like, because with Resident Evil 4, there's moments of where it's got some atmosphere in there, but it's a goofy ass game, and it's fun. So you're not really scared at all. Resident Evil Village, again, was more goofy than scary.
Yeah.
Dead Space, you would just be walking down a hallway and the monsters are terrifying. It's not a goofy game at all. The atmosphere really makes you go, oh shit.
Well, I remember a long time ago, and I had like a demo for it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd play it, and it was actually scary. Like, also like the creatures in it, are like very well designed in my opinion.
I love like how the game's like you gotta shoot their limbs. Like a headshot won't kill them. You gotta shoot their limbs off. I love
Yeah,
that
that's really cool.
because it does. You have to do a lot more than just shoot them. You have to really, really focus on one enemy, and that could be hard when there's just hordes of enemies coming after you trying to kill you, and sometimes they can sneak up behind you. It does get you, and you do get a lot. You get stressed a little bit, but you're still having fun because it's still an action game.
Yeah.
Like it does know how to make you feel uncomfortable in a good way. Like it does know how to make you creeped out and like not want to be in this situation.
And I mean, that's what a good horror game should do.
Mm-hmm. And I love Resident Evil 4 and Village, but it's not scary.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, the beginning bit of Resident Evil Village is
Hmm.
pretty good, I'd say. But as it goes along, it gets more wacky.
And then, like, I love how it goes from like, okay, yeah, this is kind of creepy to kind of wacky, then just stops and it's like, hey, boo, like, oh shit, with
Uh,
the house.
the
Oh,
last couple hours of that game is, yeah,
it's just oh, the last couple of hours are hilarious.
that's one way to say it.
Oh, sad, hilarious, and sad.
Uh,
Actually, it's sad. It's pretty sad. At the end.
Kinda, yeah, it is sad. Well, one thing I do like about Dead Space is that like your health bar is basically on you.
I love how every the inventory and all that. You know how God of War 4 was like marketed as a game that was shot like one shot,
Yeah,
But there were times to where the inventory screen was a separate screen, the menu screen was a separate screen, the upgrade system was a separate screen. Dead Space is in one shot, and it's all on one screen. The inventory screen, it opens up through a hologram. The shop screen is a hologram.
See,
It's
that's really cool.
it is way more of a one-shot game than God of War is, and it.
This is making me want to play Dead Space, but if they do a remake, I'll just fucking wait for that.
I'd rather have like a remaster, like a trilogy remaster than a remake. But I'm on board with the remake.
For me personally, I I don't know. I really want a remake.
Hmm.
Just because like graphics wise.
I mean, the game still looks great.
I know, like it still look good, but not as good as it could look.
That is true. I mean, sometimes the models can look off because it's like early
And you
human
gotta remember
models.
that was the game was over a decade ago.
Hmm. But Dead Space One is so good. I also bought like Dead Space Two, so I can play that again. And maybe we'll talk about that in a future episode.
Yeah, yeah, Dead Space 2, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I'd like to play it somehow, but I don't have a PlayStation 3. Maybe if I had an Xbox, but
Yeah, like the with the PS3 version, it has frame rate problems.
oh, I imagine.
The Xbox 360 version, because I remember I've seen the gameplay of it for Xbox One and stuff. There's no frame rate problems because it's optimized for the new systems.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's fantastic on there. So I'd say get it on like Xbox One and Xbox Series X.
See, that's like the only reason I do want to get Xbox is because
Hmm.
some games, some games are like older and you just can't really play them on the PlayStation. But Xbox has like fucking everything.
Hmm. So stuff I would like to add that I didn't say in the podcast because of time, and I wanted to move on to The Last of Us Part 2 because I really want to talk about that game. I love The Last of Us Part 2. The things that I wanted to say is there's a part of the game where it's like anti gravity and it kind of makes you disoriented. And I love that. This game makes you disoriented at times, and when those monsters attacking you, you get disoriented, you kind of get freaked out, and it adds on to the fear. It doesn't make you so disoriented that you're just super confused. Like eventually you do go back and be like, okay, now I understand the layout of the room. But at that moment in time, you're kind of panicking for a little bit. And it's really fun. It really does add on to the tension and the fear. And some of the boss fights are lacking. There are some that are pretty good. Like there's one that you fight a couple times where it's like a rhino type of monster that has shielding on top, and it runs at you, and you have to shoot it and slow it down and kind of shoot in like the one certain part of the back to kill it. And the game really makes you strategize with slowing things down, enemies and stuff. And some boss fights are literally just a wall with tentacles, and you gotta shoot the tentacles, which they're still fun, but that's all it is. So the boss fights are kind of lacking in some areas. But overall, I really do love this game. I think it's a fantastic little horror game, and it does understand what is a horror game and what is a game as well, an action game. I think people should play this game, replay it maybe. It's 100% worth it. And also, this segment, or at least the segment from earlier, was from my podcast, Right Man, Wrong Place. And I would like for you to check that out. Link in the description for the first episode. I would love to do more of this. I loved making that podcast. It was so amazing, and I'm really excited to do some more. So watch the entire podcast. It is great. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.